Morning comes slowly at Heartland, like the sun is tired too. The ranch wakes up with soft sounds, horses shifting in their stalls, the barn door creaking, birds calling from the trees. But for Amy, the day doesn't feel new. It feels like every other day. Same routine, same work, same heavy feeling sitting in her chest like a stone she can't move. She steps into the barn, boots tapping on the wooden floor, and begins brushing Spartan. Her hands move carefully, like she's trying not to wake the memories sleeping inside her. Spartan flicks his ears back, sensing her mood. Amy forces a small smile, but it doesn't reach her eyes. She whispers, almost like she's talking to herself, "We're fine, boy. We're fine." The words sound like a lie. The barn smells like hay, warm wood, and old days. The kind of smell that reminds her of laughter, and of the person who used to walk through these doors like he belonged here. She stops brushing for a second when she hears footsteps behind her. Lou enters, holding a clipboard and trying to look normal. But Lou's eyes always give her away. She looks at Amy's face like she's searching for something Amy refuses to show. "You're up early," Lou says gently. Amy shrugs. "Couldn't sleep." Lou pretends to check the paper in her hands. "Jack's making breakfast. He said you should eat. I will later," Amy replies quickly, turning back to Spartan so she doesn't have to look at Lou. Lou sighs, the sound sharp in the quiet barn. "Amy, you've been saying later for weeks." Amy's jaw tightens. She keeps brushing, harder now. "I'm busy, Lou." Lou steps closer. "Busy doesn't mean okay. That hits too close." Amy pauses. Her hand stops moving. Spartan shifts, sensing the tension. "I'm okay," Amy says, but her voice is flat. Lou shakes her head. "You don't have to pretend with me." Amy finally turns, her eyes tired but firm. "I'm not pretending. I don't want to talk about it." Lou's face softens. "You never talk about it." "Not anymore." Amy swallows. She hates how easily Lou can pull at the truth she's trying to bury. She looks away and says, "Because talking doesn't change anything." Lou opens her mouth to answer, but before she can, Jack's voice echoes from the yard. "Girls, breakfast." Lou nods toward the house. "Come on." Amy doesn't move right away. Her eyes drift to the stall door, to the dusty place where a name used to be written. "Ty." Her throat tightens, and she forces herself to blink fast, like she can blink the pain away. She walks toward the house with Lou, and the closer she gets, the heavier her steps become. The kitchen is warm. Jack stands by the stove, flipping pancakes like he's trying to fix the world with breakfast. He looks up when they enter and smiles, but his smile pauses when he sees Amy's face. "Morning, honey," he says kindly. Amy nods. "Morning." She sits at the table without saying much. Lyndy is already eating, her little feet swinging under her chair. She's older now, not a baby anymore, and every time Amy looks at her, she feels both love and fear mixed together. Love, because Lyndy is her whole world. Fear, because Amy knows one day Lyndy will ask the question Amy is not ready to answer. Jack places a plate in front of Amy. "Eat." Amy picks up her fork, but she doesn't take a bite. Jack sits across from her, watching quietly. Then he says, in that calm way of his, "You been having those dreams again?" Amy freezes. Lou looks down at her own plate, pretending she didn't hear. Amy whispers, "No." Jack's eyes don't move. "You don't have to lie to me. I know that look." Amy grips her fork tighter. "I'm fine, Grandpa." Jack's voice stays gentle but firm. "Fine isn't a feeling. It's a wall." Amy's throat burns. She stands up suddenly, pushing her chair back. "I have to get to the field. There's work." Lou stands too. But Amy is already walking away. She steps outside, breathing hard like she's running from something invisible. The sky is pale and wide, the kind of sky that makes you feel small. She walks toward the driveway, and without meaning to, she looks down the road. She doesn't know why she does it. She promised herself she wouldn't. She promised herself she would stop hoping. But hope is stubborn. It sneaks into your chest when you're tired. And for a second, Amy swears she hears something, a low engine sound. Far away, Amy stares at the empty road. Her heart beats faster. She tells herself it's nothing. Just a neighbor. Just a random car. Just her mind playing tricks. But the sound grows louder. And then, through the morning mist, a dark car appears in the distance. Coming straight toward Heartland, Amy's breath catches. Her hands go cold. Her body doesn't move, because something deep inside her recognizes that moment. That feeling. That impossible fear. The car gets closer, and Amy whispers, barely audible, like she's afraid the world will hear it. No, it can't be. The tires crunch on the gravel. The car slows down, and Amy stands frozen as the vehicle rolls up the driveway. Like the past just found its way home, the gravel doesn't just crunch under the tires. It screams. It cuts through the quiet morning like a warning, like the ranch itself is trying to say, don't look, don't hope, don't break again. Amy's feet feel stuck to the ground. Her hands are cold, even though the sun is rising. The car slows down as if whoever is driving knows this place, knows exactly where to stop. Right in front of the house, right in front of her life. For one long second, the engine stays on, humming like a heartbeat. Then it shuts off, and the silence that follows is louder than anything Amy has ever heard. Amy doesn't move. She can't. Her mind fights with itself. It's not him. It can't be him. You buried that name. You survived that pain. But her chest tightens like it used to, like it remembers something her brain is refusing to accept. The driver's door opens slowly, not like someone rushing home, but like someone stepping into a storm they deserve. A boot touches the ground, then another, and then he stands up fully, rising into view like a ghost walking out of a memory. It's Ty. Not the Ty from her memories, the one with bright eyes and easy laughter. This Ty looks older. His shoulders are heavier. His face has lines that weren't there before. His hair is slightly longer, messy, like he stopped caring how he looked. He's thinner too, like he hasn't been eating right. Like sleep hasn't been his friend. Like guilt has been sitting on his chest the same way pain has been sitting on Amy's. He doesn't rush forward. He just stands beside the car, holding a small bag in one hand, staring at her like he's afraid she'll disappear if he blinks. Amy's breath catches. Her lips part, but no sound comes out. Her eyes burn, not with tears yet, but with shock. Her body feels like it's split in two. One part wants to run to him. The other part wants to scream at him until her voice breaks. She doesn't know which part will win. Behind her, the front door opens. Lou steps out first, confused by the sound of the car. Jack follows, wiping his hands on a towel. Their faces change the second they see the man standing by the car. Lou's mouth opens, but she can't speak. Jack freezes like time just slapped him. Jack takes one slow step forward. His voice comes out rough. Ty! Ty's eyes flicker to Jack, and for a second, his tough expression cracks. He swallows hard, and his voice shakes when he answers. Hi, Jack. That's all he says. Just 2 words. But those 2 words hit Jack like a punch. Jack's eyes become wet immediately, but he tries to hold it in. He stands straight, trying to look strong, but his hands tremble. Lou whispers, barely breathing. This isn't real. Amy still hasn't moved. She stares at Ty like her mind is trying to solve a puzzle that doesn't make sense. Her heart is beating so fast it hurts. Ty takes one careful step forward, but then stops again. Like he's afraid she'll tell him not to come closer. He looks at Amy and speaks softly, almost like he's begging. Amy, hearing her name from his mouth is the first thing that truly breaks the moment open. It's like a key turning in a locked door. Amy's face changes. Her eyes sharpen. Her jaw tightens. The shock turns into something else. Something hotter. She steps forward finally. 1 step. 2. She doesn't run. She doesn't rush into his arms. She walks like she's walking toward a fire she knows will burn her again. When she stops just a few feet away from him, Ty's breath catches. His eyes fill with tears. He looks at her like he's seeing the only thing that ever mattered. But Amy's voice comes out cold. No. Ty flinches, like he expected it, like he deserved it. Amy points at him with a trembling hand. No, don't say my name like you still get to. Ty's throat moves. He swallows. I know. Amy shakes her head fast, like she can shake away what she's feeling. Do you have any idea what you did to us? Do you have any idea what you did to me? Ty's eyes drop to the ground. He whispers, I never wanted. Amy cuts him off sharply. her voice rising. You never wanted what? To leave? To disappear? To let me bury you? Because that's what happened, Ty. I buried you. Her voice cracks on the last words, but she forces it back into anger. I had to. I didn't have a choice. Ty looks up again, and now tears are fully in his eyes. I'm sorry, Amy laughs once. But it's not funny. It's painful. Sorry? She steps closer. Sorry doesn't raise a child alone. Sorry doesn't wake up at night gasping for air because your heart still thinks you're gone. Sorry doesn't stand in front of a tiny little girl and try to explain why she doesn't have a father. At that, Ty's face breaks. His mouth trembles. He looks like he might fall to his knees. Lyndy. Amy's entire body stiffens at the sound of her daughter's name. Her eyes go dark. Don't. Ty holds up both hands quickly, like he's surrendering. Okay, I won't. He takes a shaky breath and steps back a little, like, the kitchen feels smaller the moment Ty steps inside, like the walls remember him and don't know what to do with him now. The smell of pancakes is still in the air, warm and sweet, but it doesn't comfort anyone. It only makes the moment feel wrong, like a normal morning is being forced to carry an impossible truth. Ty stands near the doorway and doesn't move further, like he knows he has no right. Jack stays close, silent but watchful. Lou crosses her arms, standing between Ty and Amy like a shield. And Amy doesn't sit. She stays on her feet, because sitting would feel like giving him space in her world again. Ty looks around once, slowly. His eyes land on small things Lyndy's drawing on the fridge, a tiny pair of boots near the door, a jacket hanging on the chair. His throat tightens, and for the first time his voice sounds like it might break. She's grown, he whispers. Amy's eyes harden. Don't. Ty nods quickly. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't talk about her. He takes a breath, steadying himself. You said 5 minutes. Lou's voice is sharp. Start talking then. Ty's hands shake slightly as he places the small bag on the floor. I didn't come here to make excuses, he says. And I know nothing I say will fix what I did. But you deserve the truth. Not a story. Not a rumor. The truth. Amy's lips press together tight. Then say it. Ty's eyes lock on hers, and the pain in them is honest. The day I left, I thought I'd be gone for a few weeks. That's what I was told. I was sent to help on a medical case that was bigger than anything I'd seen. People were getting hurt. Bad people. Dangerous people. And I got too close. Jack's brow lowers. Too close to what? Ty swallows. To something they didn't want found. Lou coughs. What are you saying? That you were. What? Undercover? Ty shakes his head fast. No, I'm saying I became a problem. He looks at Amy again. I saw things. I heard names. I helped someone who was supposed to disappear. And after that, someone started following me. Amy's face shifts slightly, but she doesn't soften. So you ran. Ty flinches at the word. No, I was taken. Not like kidnapped in the movies, but controlled, watched, threatened. They made it clear. If I contacted you, if I came home, you wouldn't be safe. Amy's eyes flash. You expect me to believe that? Ty steps forward one small step, voice cracking. I expect you to believe I loved you enough to stay away. He shakes his head, tears forming. Do you know what it does to a person? To stay alive when the only thing you want is home. Amy's throat tightens, but she forces her voice steady. Then why now? Ty's eyes drop. His answer comes out like a confession. Because they're gone. He pauses. And because I saw you, Amy freezes. You saw me? Ty nods slowly. Last week, in town, you were smiling. His voice breaks. And I realized, you survived without me. And I couldn't stand it. Not because you moved on. He looks up, shaking. But because I wasn't there to help you survive. Amy doesn't answer right away. Her face stays still, like stone, but her eyes betray her. They flicker. They shift. Because the moment Ty says he saw her smiling, something inside her snaps. Not because she feels guilty, but because she feels exposed. Like he looked through a window into a life she fought to rebuild, and now he's standing here acting like he still belongs in it. She takes a slow step closer, her voice low. So that's it? She asks. You came back because you couldn't stand seeing me happy? Ty's mouth opens, but nothing comes out fast enough. Lou turns sharply toward him. That's what it sounds like, Ty. Ty shakes his head quickly, panic in his eyes. No, no. That's not what I meant. I'm saying it broke me to see her smiling because I wasn't the reason anymore. Amy lets out a bitter laugh that hurts more than it sounds. You weren't the reason for a long time, Ty. Her voice cracks slightly, but she pushes through it. I had to learn how to breathe without you. I had to learn how to wake up without expecting your truck in the driveway. She points at the floor between them. And you know what the worst part was? Ty whispers. What? Amy's eyes fill, but her anger holds her steady. The worst part was realizing I couldn't even be angry anymore. Because anger needs a person. But you weren't a person to me. You were just a hole. A silence. Ty's face falls. The words hit him hard. His shoulders sink like he's carrying years of weight. Jack clears his throat, voice rough. Amy. But Amy doesn't look at Jack. She can't. If she looks at him, she might soften, and she refuses to soften. Ty takes a slow breath. I know I hurt you, he says. And I know I hurt Lyndy, even if she doesn't know it yet. Amy's head snaps up. Don't you dare. Her voice rises. Don't you dare say her name like you earned it. Ty flinches. I'm not trying to earn anything, he says quietly. I'm trying to be honest. Amy stares at him. Honest? She shakes her head slowly. You want to know what honesty would have been? A letter. A call. Something. Anything. Even one sentence that said, I'm alive. You left me to grieve a man who wasn't even dead. Ty's eyes close. A tear slips down his cheek. I wanted to, he whispers. I tried. Lou steps in again, voice sharp but shaking. Then why didn't you? Ty opens his eyes and looks straight at Lou. Because they were watching everything. My phone, my accounts, my movements. Every time I even thought about reaching out, I pictured Amy and Lyndy paying for it. He turns back to Amy, voice breaking. So I stayed away. Not because I stopped loving you. Because I loved you too much. Amy's face hardens again. You keep saying love, she says. Like love is enough. She steps closer until she's right in front of him. Her voice drops into something quiet and dangerous. But love doesn't get to erase what you did. Ty doesn't move. He doesn't argue. He nods slowly. You're right. That only makes Amy angrier. Because she wants him to fight. She wants him to defend himself so she can keep hating him. But he's standing there accepting every blow like he believes he deserves it. Amy turns away quickly, rubbing her forehead like she's trying to hold herself together. You don't understand what it was like, she says, voice trembling. I stood in this same kitchen and told myself you were gone. I told myself I'd never see you again. I learned to live with that. And now you're just here. Her breath shakes. Do you know what that does to someone? Ty's voice is barely a whisper. Yes, Amy turns back sharply. No, you don't. Ty steps forward. Just a little. I do, he says, tears in his eyes. Because I lived with the idea that you hated me every day. I lived with knowing I might never hold my daughter, never see you again, never hear Jack call me son. He swallows hard. But I stayed alive because I had one hope left. He looks directly at Amy. That one day, I could come back and you'd at least let me explain. Amy's chest rises and falls fast. She looks at him and for a second, her anger slips just for a second and what shows instead is pain. Real pain. Deep pain. The kind she's been hiding inside her work, inside her horses, inside her silence. Jack speaks softly. Amy, he's here now. Amy doesn't answer Jack either. Her eyes are locked on Ty. Ty wipes his face quickly, ashamed of the tears. Then he reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls something out. It's small. He holds it like it matters more than his own pride. A little worn envelope, folded and old at the edges. I wrote this, Ty says quietly. A long time ago. Amy's eyes narrow. What is that? Ty's hand trembles as he holds it out. A letter. For you. He swallows hard. I wrote it the first week I was gone. I wrote it every night until I couldn't write anymore. I carried it with me everywhere. Because even if I couldn't send it, I needed to know the words existed. Amy stares at the envelope like it's dangerous. Like touching it could bring back every tear she ever cried. Lou's voice softens. Amy, Amy slowly reaches out and takes the letter. Her fingers shake as she holds it.